Marion. How are you today?
Oh, terrific as usual. Anytime I'm hanging out with this character.
Better than average.
Exactly. Anytime something's not going right, you know what he tells me? Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
How do you do that?
I don't know yet, but I'm working on it. I'm pulling that information out of him because he does that. No matter what happens, he can just let it go.
He can just let it go. It's like,
doesn't bother
at the end of the year, next year, a year from now, is it really that important?
Exactly.
Is it
How
that
are you going to
important?
feel about it a year from today?
And if the answer is, I don't even think I'll remember, just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go now instead of waiting a year and torturing yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to torture yourself for a year to think about that. So we had an awesome session today.
It was.
Future Media Association.
.com.
And we are talking about audio and working in, what was the subject?
Creating products using the power of your voice and audio, right?
And T. Allen Haynes brought some nuggets of knowledge right here and dropped some bombs in the room and said, bam.
He did.
What are we going to do?
Everybody that was here for the live event said the same thing. I'm going to create audio for my clients. I see how I'm able to create this audio and hand it to my clients, and I'm the authority. Even someone that had no idea
about the technology.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No idea.
However, they could see the value in
They could see the value.
Yeah.
I highly recommend this. It's creating products using audio. And T. Allen Haynes is the instructor. He's the Authority Syndicate, and he's also one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
And everybody here felt very honored that he actually came to Houston and presented his video to us, and then was here to answer questions. So come in and meet him tonight.
So what did you get out of the session though? Before we move on tonight.
Okay.
Because that's secret knowledge later on.
All right.
So you have to watch. Stay tuned.
Okay, so Russ and I wrote a book together, and the book is made for full service technology clients and prospective clients.
Yep.
And for people who want the information that we have.
Anybody that's willing to at least open the conversation and the idea that something could be done with their business to expand revenue, growth, expansion, in branding and building some traffic.
It's not a regular book, it's a guidebook, and it's for sale on our website for $67.
Yeah.
Now, we are using this book for our salespeople in exchange for the owners to give them time. So if you'll schedule time for me to come out and educate you on what full service technology will do, we're going to give you this book. So what I got out of this today was we can read the book like audio on demand. We can read the book into a audio and then transfer that audio into a CD and use a DVD case that's about this size, right? So it's
with
nice
the same,
and big.
we can use the same graphics, we can use the same images, we can use
that's right
as the book.
As the book, not this book, different book.
Very similar size, and we use a DVD case so we have more real estate on the outside to be able to present that. And your business can use the same concept, the same idea, is you're using audio to prepare and present another product from a written word.
People don't have time to read books anymore. The statistics are showing that people are using audio because they can listen to it in the car, when they're walking their dog.
You know, doing laundry,
whatever.
Just whatever happens to be. And it's very flexible. I mean, a lot of people listen to, my kids, they listen to YouTube for music, and they, they're not watching the YouTube, they're listening to the audio portion of YouTube. So it's a huge opportunity for a business owner and anybody that wants to create products and services, or at least generate more, another way of connecting to their audience, their community, their customers, to be able to take that and move it into another media and generate some connections there. I think it's fantastic. It's a great idea.
I was really excited when I saw the presentation, and you can see the same presentation. If you just go to futuremediaassociation.com and become a member, it's only $37 a month, and you get a minimum of 4 trainings every month
Yeah.
on audio, video, words, images, you name it, miscellaneous.
Yeah. And we're always growing, we're always expanding, we're looking for experts, and if you happen to be an expert in any of those topics, in media creation, media development, love to connect with you. Track us down on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, we're available on social, so track us down, connect, and let's have a conversation about getting you in front of our audience and having those conversations with your media development.
Hey, I've got some news too. Guess what?
Share some secret knowledge.
We were nominated, I don't know how many months ago, 6 months ago or so, 5 or 6 months ago, to be one of the best places to work according to the Houston Business Journal. And guess what?
What?
We're a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So we love to have fun. We love to enjoy what we're doing. If we're not having fun, we really don't care to do that.
Don't call me.
Yeah, don't call me. So we want to make sure that you have fun, you enjoy what you're doing, and learn everything you can about media. So, and actually, that brings up a good point, because, some of the topic today was around creating products from other products. And I was having a conversation today where I was asked the question, do I podcast or do I blog? And I don't think it's either or. I don't think, Kathy mentioned the other day, it's not an either or question. It's how do I do both efficiently
at the same time?
At the same time,
with a touch of a button.
So walk us through that scenario. How do you do that with the products that we're doing right now?
It changes every week. There's some kind of new technology out there, and here's what I really want to say about it, because most people go, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
You're over my head now.
Technology,
right?
Eyes blur over.
So I have a quote. This is a tweetable quote, by the way, Marion LaSalle. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you do best and farm out the rest. But don't not learn about it, okay? Come on in and learn about it, but don't feel like you have to do everything yourself.
You don't have to do everything.
Right? Just because we do, because we're weirdos, we're geeks, and we love it.
We're in the nerd herd.
That's what we do for a living.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's what you do for a living. You may be into something totally different, and you just want to kind of know about the technology so that you can understand what it is that you can do.
Well, it's like anything else. You have an awareness of what needs to happen. And one of the challenges as a business owner is sometimes you're so deep in the business that you're not even aware that there's a problem, there's a challenge in your business. And business owners need to understand that in today's market, in today's arena of business, social is so important, and connecting and engaging with your audience is critical. So if you're not paying attention to the social streams, we're not saying you have to be engaged in every possible scenario here. What we're saying is you need to have an awareness, you need to have a presence, because your competition is going to be there.
Right, there you go.
The other thing about it is mobility. If your site hasn't been developed and, kind of emerged in the last 5 years, it's probably not mobile ready, it's maybe not responsive, and you need to take a look at that and see what you can do to make some improvements there. So it's all about the branding, and it's all about how you position yourself in the market. And Tracy mentioned this today, being an authority in the market is key.
Well, he talked about the imposter syndrome, how a lot of people think, well, who would want to know my information? Who would want to hire me to do this, or who would want to buy my CD or book or whatever? Yeah. And we can show you that they do. They definitely do. As a matter of fact, can I tell a little story?
Tell a little story.
Okay, so Russ and I have a client who really, really wants to get back on the radio. She used to have a radio station, or a radio show on a station. Uh-huh. And she also had one in Spanish. She speaks very fluent English.
She's very bilingual.
Bilingual, there you go. And she really wanted to get back on the radio. Well, it's really time consuming to drive to the radio station and have
set up.
It's really, and it's expensive too.
Yeah.
Well, Russ is all about the radio. He's a radio guy, right? So he said, let's work together and get her back on the radio. So along comes a new technology. Literally, a few months ago.
Very young, very, very young.
And we were able to get her radio station up. I was able to sit with her side by side and show her in just a matter of minutes and have her
She's excited,
show.
right?
Her show's already live.
There you go.
And she said to me, well, now I can do one in English and one in Spanish, right? She's going to take a half an hour break in between and do
Wow.
the Spanish one. I know, right?
That's killer.
And
That's
then
killer.
with the touch of a button, Russ is going to be able to show her how she can shoot it up to iTunes and to Stitcher. And to answer your question here, she blogs about it, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the button is, on the WordPress blog.
And
Bam.
and so, okay, all of a sudden,
And YouTube. It all goes to YouTube too.
yeah. So you have a piece of content that you've created, and now she's creating one in English
With her voice.
and one in Spanish, and she's using Blab, so it's also with a camera.
Right, right.
So
That's her choice though. She doesn't have to.
you don't have to, and you.
I
can
actually had to talk her into that part.
Oh, and I'm sure, I'm positive that through time, it'll become more comfortable, just like everybody gets more comfortable in front of a camera. And then as that gets downloaded, you share it with all of these other media platforms, distribution engines, search engines, YouTube, Google+, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, and all of these platforms afford you the opportunity to get in front of a slightly different audience without creating any additional content. So if you want to create content that's going to reach literally millions of people, potentially all over the world, then you have the opportunity to do that with just starting out on a streaming media platform such as Blab. And we use other platforms. We use Zoom, Blab, Google Hangouts, Skype,
whatever your choice is.
and it's no longer a technical limitation.
Right. That's it.
And if these non-technical people can see the light at the end of the tunnel and realize it's not the train, it's an opportunity, then you can do the same. And what we encourage you to do is learn a little bit about the small steps in the workflow to get there. So
One of the things I love about Future Media Association is that we give you all the options and then you pick what is comfortable for you.
yeah,
You don't have to do them all. You can pick one and start there. You can expand from there. But really, we're encouraging you to pick what you're comfortable with. If it's audio, fine. If it's blogging, fine. If it's video, fine. You can take that content then and use it in all these other places.
and there's so many options available to you that
That's where people get tripped up.
yeah,
is
some
too many
people
options.
get really overwhelmed by the opportunities here. So join us where we could break it out. Every week is a simple single subject,
Right.
and you can learn something that's bite-sized piece. And then in the evening, after the event, after the opportunity, you can actually join us on Late Night Media Happy Hour, Late Night Q&A, and we can answer. You can think, oh, well, I didn't think about asking this question. So there's another opportunity between 8 and 9 Central Time.
That's right, 8 o'clock Central Time every Tuesday. And you can ask any questions. We can talk about what we learned today.
Or we can talk about anything you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so, where do they have to find that?
All you have to do is go to futuremediaassociation.com,
.com.
and then there's going to be a little button that says Late Night Media Q&A. You just click on that, put your email address in there, and we'll send you a link to where we're going to be.
And each week we have a link, and it goes out to everybody that's signed up for it. And 8 o'clock turns around, the clock ticks, and bam, we're there. And we're on a Zoom session, so it is a Zoom
It's a video streaming,
video streaming.
private. It's a private group.
Yeah, and you can participate or you can just listen in.
Please
Doesn't
be
really matter.
dressed from the waist up for me.
Yeah, you don't have to wear a hat either. So, and you can have a cocktail. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's happy hour, so
that's right.
just imagine happy hour and how much fun you're going to have and how much you can actually participate in a community and learn something. And it's we have a blast. We enjoy ourselves, and it's every week.
That's right. I
So-
want to thank our sponsors, Office in America. Can you see it?
Bam.
Office in
Yeah,
America?
Ted came down.
Yeah, Ted, the owner, he came down and chatted with us today. I thought that was really
That was really nice. Really nice. Making
And
progress.
T. Allen Haynes, the Authority Syndicate, they're both wonderful sponsors. I love them both.
Absolutely.
I know you do too.
Absolutely.
And you will too. All right.
And thank you for joining us
Oh,
today.
next week, what do we got for next week?
We have Twitter.
AJ.
Twitter.
No, not Twitter. He's doing video.
Oh, is he doing
How
video?
yes, how to create a really cool video, and then the following week, that's the Twitter. It's the second one. It's what do you call it? Advanced Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you didn't catch the original Twitter, the beginner, that's already on our website, and then the advanced is coming up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So-
AJ Amex from Dallas.
He's one of our experts that is not local to Houston. However, that doesn't really matter because we're virtual.
That's right.
We have experts all over the country, and if you're an expert outside the country, we'd love to have a conversation with you as well.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's what we're about, is sharing information, education.
We talked to a gentleman from Russia this morning.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Oh, we didn't even talk about the blab. We have a blab.
Oh my God.
What we're slacking on the job here. So every morning, 8:30 to 9 Central Time, we have an open invitation to talk about media in the Blab session. It's blab.im. If you're not familiar with blab.im, pay attention because it's coming.
Right. Just do a search for Future Media Association and you'll see our blab. You can subscribe. It's every morning though, from 8:30 to 9. And we're in the process of creating a whole channel just for us.
Yeah.
Right now, we're using my account because that's just how Blab is set up.
Yeah, and so we'll have an open invitation. There's 4 seats. Obviously, we take 2 of those seats. And come and join us, engage in the conversation, and let's talk about media. So
Let's do it.
excellent.
Ready?
Ready?
All right. We'll see you again soon.
Enjoy the day.
And tomorrow.
Next week.
The year.